Our Simon Says Stamp Very Low Tack Tape is an innovative tape that is perfect for every crafting project you're working with, whether it's ink blending, die cutting, watercoloring, foiling, and more. Our Very Low Tack Tape comes in a 20-yard roll that's 5/8 of an inch wide. This tape is a paper surface, so it takes ink really well, and the ink will actually dry on the tape easily. Versus some of the slicker tapes that are out there, the ink will actually stay on the surface. This will actually absorb the ink. The tack of the tape is extremely low, so that means it's not going to damage your paper when you peel it off after using it. It also works very well on a variety of surface types, including watercolor paper, specialty cardstocks, and of course regular cardstock. Let's start first with ink blending. I have attached a couple of pieces of our tape down along the bottom portion of this card panel, and I'm ink blending across it. I'm going to peel off the tape, and you can see what a crisp line we get after ink blending. This also works really well with stencils. You can tape your stencil to your paper with this tape. It's going to hold it really well, and then you can ink blend over top of your stencil. The tape will securely hold everything in place so that nothing shifts, and you'll have a perfectly ink blended background when you're all done. The tape is strong enough to hold the stencil and the paper together. And of course, it won't damage your paper when you peel the tape off of your cardstock. In addition to stenciling and ink blending, this is a great tape for die cutting. I'm going to attach this die over top of a stamped image. Once I attach the tape, I'll run this through my die cut machine. Typically, when you run tape through your die cut machine, it really presses it into the paper. But the nice thing about this tape is that because it's so gentle, it will never peel the paper and it won't lift any of the ink off of your stamped design. So here we have our beautiful sentiment, undamaged from die cutting. As I mentioned earlier, this works also extremely well with specialty cardstocks, such as our Simon Says Stamp matte silver cardstock and other glossy cardstocks that we offer. No matter what type of die cut you're working with, even the most delicate die cuts will be safe with this tape. For watercoloring, you will always get beautifully masked, crisp lines, and you're never going to have any of your watercolor bleed underneath the surface. Always make sure you press your tape really well onto your paper to make sure that you have every inch of the paper covered with the tape. That will minimize any chance of having an air bubble that water could seep underneath. But here you can see how beautifully crisp our lines are after watercoloring. For those of you that like to hot foil, tape sometimes will tear your foils. But our very low tack tape is not only strong enough to hold the foil onto your paper, but it also comes off cleanly when you need to remove it. So after I've run this through my foil machine and die cut machine to transfer our flower image onto our white glossy cardstock, we have a beautiful foiled design. Of course, we can peel that tape right off of our cardstock and not damage it, and it securely held everything in place while we foiled. With its many uses and extremely delicate surface, the very low tack tape is something that you're going to be using all the time in your crafting. Be sure to check out the video description below to find out more information on where you can purchase this exclusive Simon Says Stamp very low tack tape over at our Simon Says Stamp store. If you enjoyed this quick tip video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for additional quick tip videos and inspiration. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.